Hello, dear students. You are welcome to RK Institute. I am Dr. RK Saini, and today I am going to discuss your chemistry paper, which was held yesterday on 3rd May. I discuss all questions, including organic, inorganic, and physical, with proper explanation. So, you watch video carefully and subscribe my channel. Question number first. Match the list. This question comes from organic chemistry, particularly method of preparation of phenol, the industrial preparation of phenol. Option first is the industrial preparation of phenol. Q mean change into phenol with help of oxygen and then acidic heating, hydrolysis in presence of acid. Therefore, first is B. And in this B option, first esterification takes place and then reduction. Methyl alcohol, acidification, then reduction. Option C, conversion of N-propyl alcohol into isopropyl alcohol. Therefore, first of all, we use concentrated H2SO4 in which dehydration takes place. And then use dilute H2SO4, then hydration takes place. And hence, according to Markovnikov rule, a propene change into 2-propanol. And in last C or D option, benzene change into phenol. And it is the method of preparation of phenol by laboratory by use of oleum, then make salt and on heating. And hence D first. Question number next. I also give answer key of these paper in the last. Please check your answer key in the last. Question next. 47, the major component. First, when ethane react with chlorine, then it change into chloroethane. With ammonia, it change into primary amine. And reaction with NaNO2HCl. It is the important reaction in case of aliphatic amine, primary amine, the product is alcohol. And in case of aromatic primary amine, the product is N2Cl. The reaction is characteristic reaction. In case of aromatic compound, it is known as diazotization. But here the product is alcohol. Question number next. Question 49. 1 decimeter cube means 1 liter of carbon monoxide passed over the hot coke means carbon dioxide gas, then passed with hot coke, then it change into carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is also a gas and hot coke means solid. The volume of mixture after complete reaction at STP is 1.4 decimeter cube. If according to Gay-Lussac law, in case of gaseous reaction or gaseous species, 1 minus x, and the volume of carbon monoxide is 2x, because the volume of solid is negligible in gaseous reaction. Therefore, total volume is 1 plus x equals to 1.4, and hence x equals to 0.4. Therefore, the CO2 is 0.6 and carbon monoxide is 0.8 decimeter cube. Carbon monoxide is 0.8 and carbon dioxide is 0.6. Third option. Question 50. Question 50 comes from atomic structure, particularly quantum numbers. Very easy question. N and L with help of NLM, N equals to 2, L equals to 1, then this orbital is 2p. N equals to 4, L equals to 0, then the orbital is 4s. N equals to 5, L equals to 3, means the orbital is 5s and 3d. Question next, 51. Question 40. First, we discuss question 48. Important question. And this question taken from ionic equilibrium, particularly KSP. In qualitative analysis of Smith 3, detected by the strange precipitation of bismuth oxo hydroxide or white pearl. Calculate pH of the following equilibrium. Check the question. The sparingly soluble salt comes in contact with their ions. Therefore, the Ksp, their constant means Ksp equals to S square, because two species are in aqueous, bismuth oxocation and hydroxide ion, and hence S is under root Ksp. Ksp means constant. This value is given 4 into 10 to the power minus 10. Therefore, their root is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4, minus 5. And it is the concentration of hydroxide ion. Then we taken minus log and find POH. Minus log of the concentration of OH ion. Putting the value of OH ion 2 into 10 to the power minus 5. Therefore, the POH is 5 minus log of 2 is 0.3. And hence POH is 4.7. And hence the pH of this solution is nearly 9.3. Is 9.3. Question number 50. Question 50. It is question taken from aromatic hydrocarbon, namely reaction of benzene from your 11th class NCERT. Chlorine react with Cl2, Cl6Cl2 in presence of PlCl3. It means electrophilic substitution reaction takes place. When one chlorine take part in this reaction, then one chlorobenzene and HCl is formed in presence of ElCl3. Electrophilic substitution. When we taken 6 molecule of Cl2, then all chlorines substituted hydrogen and make 6 HCl. 6 HCl and 6 chlorine attach at the position of deprotonation or proton. And when this reaction carried out in presence of ultraviolet, then free radical reaction takes place. It is the free radical reaction takes place. It means 6 chlorine BHC, benzene hexachloride. It is also known as BHC, BHC or pesticide. Hexachloro C6H6Cl6, hexachlorobenzene. And hence, in all cases, it is addition reaction, free radical addition, it is substitution, electrophilic substitution. And then 6 X and Y contains 6 number of halogen or chlorine atom. Question number next. Question next. Very simple reaction taken from alcohol. When alcohol react with PCl5, then their OH group, replaced by Cl and one molecule of POCl3 and another is HCl as a product. HCl as a product. When ethyl chloride, further ethyl chloride react with alcoholic KOH. When ethyl chloride react with alcoholic KOH, then elimination reaction takes place and hence the product is alkene. And when react with HBr in presence of, then reaction of HBr in presence of peroxide and hence anti-Markovnikov addition takes place. Anti-Markovnikov addition of takes place. This means we obtained 1 bromopropane or N propyl bromide. Question next is the from D and F block element and by the application of D block element, particularly catalytic properties of D block element. This is the important point. And we learn some catalyst for important process. For example, vanadium pentoxide. This catalyst used in contact process to make sulfuric acid. In contact process. Iron used in Haber process, formation of ammonia from N2 and H2. PtCl2 used for the formation of ethanol, particularly Walker process, oxidation of ethylene into ethanol, and nickel obtained by the polymerization of alkenes or alkynes. And hence, question 53. Question number 56. ClF3. It has stated chlorine is sp3d. On the help of Vesper theory, all bond pairs two axial and one equatorial, and lone pair present at the equatorial position. Therefore, the molecule is T-shaped, and the two lone pair present at the chlorine also. T-shaped, trigonal, T-shaped, and two lone pair present at the chlorine. Question number next. Question 55. Taken from electrochemistry, and I think it is a very good question. Such type questions are also asked in JEE examination. Question number 55. Calculate the electromotive force, EMF, of a single electrode, particularly hydrogen electrode, at which pressure of hydrogen gas is 2 atm and concentration of HCl is 0.2 m. First, we write their equation. The reaction of the electrode is oxidation, and we use next equation. The electrode potential of the electrode at standard potential minus 0.059 divided by 2 log concentration of H plus ion power 2 and constant pressure of hydrogen gas given. The E node of the cell is 0, and hence E equals to minus 0.0591 divided by 2 log concentration of H plus ion. HCl is a strong electrolyte, and as their concentration is 0.02 ki power 2 and the pressure of hydrogen gas is 2 atm. Therefore, E equals to minus 0.0591 divided by 2 minus 0.059 divided by 2 log. This value, the pressure of hydrogen gas is also 2 atm, and the 0.02 we can 0.02 into 0.02 divided by 2, and as this value is 2 into 10 ki power minus 4, taking their log, and as minus 4 and the log of 2 is 0.3. Therefore, this value is minus 3.7, and as 0.059 multiplied by 3.7, therefore, and then divide by 2, and as the value of E is in positive, and the answer is 4th. Question next, question 54, 56. Zero order reaction unit, we write unit of rate constant. As you know, zero order reaction, their rate is always constant, and hence the unit of constant is the similar of the unit of rate. Therefore, the rate of reaction write in m per second, and hence K equals to mole per liter per second in case of zero order. For first order reaction, the unit of rate constant is time inverse. Second order reaction, the K is mole inverse, liter inverse, and second. And in case of third order reaction, mole square, liter, and second inverse. This. Therefore, the answer of question number 56. Next. Question number 57 is journal question taken from spin magnetic moment. We can say the question taken from D and F block element, or also by journal chemistry, because the spin magnetic moment depends upon the number of unpaired electron and calculated with the help of following formula. In D2 means 2 electrons are there. According to Hund's rule, these electrons are present one by one. Therefore, the n equals to 2, and then the spin magnetic moment is 2.84 magnetic. Question number next. Question next taken from aromatic compound or hydrocarbon. First, benzene, reaction of benzene with Friedel-Crafts alkylation. In case of anhydrous AlCl3, the product is toluene. Then nitration takes place. We know that methyl group is also para-director, and hence we obtain two products, namely orthonitrotoluene and para-nitrotoluene. These are X and Y. And then now question Question asked about these products, orthonitrophenol and para. These products are separate by fractional distillation because they have different boiling point. And when species have different boiling point, then their separation takes place by fractional distillation method. And as fractional distillation method. Question number next 59, taken from atomic structure. Simple, very simple. Question: a bulb rate 150 watts, converting 8% of energy into light. It means if the bulb marked by 100 watt, then 8% watt change into light. And the bulb marked 150 watt, therefore 12 joule, 12 watt change into light. If energy of one photon is 4.4 to 10 to the power minus 90 joule, then how many photon emitted by the bulb? We know that 0.42 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. 19 joule. That means the number of photon is 1. If energy emitted by the bulb is 1 joule, then number of photon is 1 upon 4.42 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. 19. And the total energy emitted by the bulb is 8 into 150 upon 100. And hence our answer is 2.71 into 10 to the power 19 photon emitted by the bulb per second. Question number next. Question 61. In question 61, the reagent that reduce nitrile into primary amine. We know that cyanide group is known as nitrile. By their reduction, we obtain primary amine. Therefore, the specific reagent or characteristic reagent LiLH4, then catalytic reduction, and reduction of sodium plus ethanol. This reaction is also known as Mendius reaction. When ethanol and sodium react with cyanide, then the product is primary amine, and reaction is known as Mendius reaction. SnHCl. In case of SnHCl, this reagent change into SnCl2 plus HCl, and the reaction is known as Stephan reaction, in which cyanide change into aldehyde. Stephan reaction, not primary amine. Therefore, first A, C and D. A, C and D. Option second. Question number 63. Identify incorrect statement in the following. Incorrect statement. Question 62. Carbon has the ability to form pi multiple bond itself. It is correct answer. Like as in acetylene, like as in ethylene, make pi bond. Second period element. Question number next. BCl3. Option second. In BCl3, in ECl3, if E is B and Al, then monomer of B and dimer of aluminum. It is correct statement because BCl3 exists in monomeric form and in AlCl3 exists in dimeric form. It is also a correct statement. Dimeric form. Next, third option. Oxygen exhibit only -2 oxidation state. Is it incorrect? Only nahi, but most common -2 oxidation state. But however, the oxidation state of oxygen vary from -2 to +2. For example, in OF2, the oxidation state of oxygen is +2. In O2F2, the oxidation state of oxygen is +1. In case of peroxide, in case of superoxide, the oxidation state of oxygen in case of superoxide is -half. In case of peroxide, the oxidation state of oxygen is -1. Therefore, it is the incorrect statement. The order of the catenation property of 14 group decrease down the group. It is correct of the answer because catenation power means bond formation tendency of element itself. It is known as catenation power, and the catenation power depends upon the bond strength. And we know that when we down the group, the size of element increase in case of carbon family, and when increase the size of element, then overlapping is poor, and hence bond enthalpy decrease means decrease their catenation power. Or another, In all known element, carbon has highest catenation power. Therefore, it has maximum, highest number of compound. Therefore, we required a separate branch of chemistry, and their branch is known as organic chemistry. Therefore, statement is also correct. Question number 63. Although +3 oxidation state is most common of lanthanide, cerium is still so +4 oxidation state also. Yes, because the electronic configuration is cerium. We know that cerium is first 4f element and its electronic configuration is xenon 4f2 5d2 4f1 5d1 and 6s2. When most common oxidation state is +3, it means 6s and 5d electron are emit during the formation of ion, and therefore its +3 oxidation state is common like as other lanthanoids. But its +4 oxidation is also common because it achieves inert gas electronic configuration. One more electron removed from the F, and hence it become more stable. We know that empty, half-filled and full-filled orbitals are also stable, and in case of cerium +4, it gain inert gas electronic configuration. Therefore, after losing one more electron, it acquired 4f0 electronic configuration, and hence it also exhibit +4 oxidation state. Question number next. Question number 60. This question taken from qualitative analysis, or we can say salt analysis. When dilute H2SO4 is added, then give colorless vapors having smell of vinegar. It is the important for acetate ion. When acetate ion react with acid, then it liberate fumes of acetic acid, and we know that the acetic acid have vinegar-like smell. Therefore, this question taken from qualitative analysis or salt analysis or test of radicals. Question number 64. This question is also taken from qualitative analysis. During the Leysagenet test, the element present in organic compound are converted into. In Leysagenet test, organic compound in ignition tube and then sodium vapors, sodium metal, solid sodium metal, and strongly heating. Therefore, the organic compound change into ionic compound of sodium, like as carbon. If carbon and nitrogen are there, the compound is sodium cyanide. If sulfur is there, then the compound is sodium cyanide. In case of halogen, the compound are sodium halide, and so on. Therefore, the covalent compound, organic compound are covalent with sodium, they change into ionic, and hence covalent compound change into ionic. Question number 65. Number of hydrogen atom present in 5.4 gram of urea. This question taken from mole concept or element, first chapter of your 11th book, stoichiometry and mole concept. Calculate number of atom in 5.4 gram of urea. So first of all, we make moles. 5.4 divided by molar mass of urea. You know that formula of urea, NH2CONH2, and hence this is the moles of urea. Then multiplied by Na. This is the molecule of urea, and we know that one molecule of urea contains 4 atoms of hydrogen, and hence total number of atoms of hydrogen. This question, the answer is 2.1 into 10 to the power 23. Solve this question. Question number next. Phenolphthalein. Question number 68. Phenolphthalein use indicator for titration of sodium hydroxide, NaOH, with solution against saturated solution of oxalic acid, means weak acid and strong base. Thus, the color obtained from in alkaline pH. It means when solution become alkaline, the color of phenolphthalein become pink. In acidic medium, because the pH range of phenolphthalein is nearly 8.3 to 10. When pH less than 8.3, then it is colorless, and when pH 10 or more, then it become pH, and hence this is the alkaline pH of solution, and hence in alkaline the change in color, colorless to pink. Question number next, very easy question, and this question is general chemistry. Calculate number of sigma pi etc. First compound 5 sigma 1 pi, and second in acetylene, second 2 pi 3 sigma etc. Methane all 4 bonds are sigma. In case of ammonia, 3 sigma and 1 lone pair, etc. This is the simple question, or we can say such type questions are very elementary question. When student get admission in 11th class for science, then such type questions are asked by the examiner in your school level. Question next. Question 66. Question 66. The pair of the molecule that among the following, which of the molecule metamer, which of the molecules have metamers? We know that metamers are the isomers of homologous series which have different alkyl groups. It means polyvalent functional group is there, like as in ketone, like as in ether, like as in secondary amine, like as in tertiary amine, etc. Such type functional group show metamerism, and hence the metamerism in this option show by second. In ether, N-propyl methyl ether and ethyl methyl ether, they are the metamers. Okay. Question next. Question next. 67. Identify incorrect statement. PCl3 and ACl3 form d-pi bond with transition element. It is correct option, because in case of transition element, during the formation of complex, they act as a ligand, and due to empty d orbital, they show synergic effect in which d-pi bond formation takes place. It is known as synergic effect. Their lone pair donate in the empty orbital of metal atom and make a sigma bond, and then fulfilled d orbital of metal overlap with empty d orbital of phosphorus and arsenic and make d-pi, and the option is correct. Nitrogen can form d-pi p-pi bond with oxygen. It is incorrect statement, because nitrogen and oxygen both are second period element and both does not contain d orbital. Then how can they make d-pi bond? Because second period element does not contain d orbital. 2d is absent, therefore incorrect. Nitrogen form d-pi bond, multiple bond with itself, yes, N2, and phosphorus, arsenic and antimony show catenation power. Catenation means bond formation tendency from element to element. Question number 70. At certain temperature during the process, 500 joule absorbed by the system. According to first law of thermodynamics, we know that change in internal energy equals to Q plus W. Heat absorbed by the system means taken positive sign of the heat, and work of 200 joule done by the system means taken negative sign. Therefore, the internal energy change of the system is 300 joule. Answer 300 joule. Question next. Methane react with steam at 1 to 1 means nearly 1000 degrees centigrade temperature. This reaction given in your NCERT book. And when all alkane react with steam at nearly 1000 degrees centigrade or Kelvin, then the product is carbon monoxide and H2. Product is carbon monoxide and H2, and the suppose where 3H2, and this gaseous mixture is known as syngas, synthesis gas, etc. Therefore, this reaction given in your NCERT book, and hence answer is CO and H2. CO and H2 only. Question next. Question. Compound P, the molecular formula of P is C8H8 and O. Give red orange precipitate with 2,4-DNP. Brady reagent, Bosch reagent. It means the compound is aldehyde and ketone, carbonyl compound, and it does not reduce Fehling reagent on drastic oxidation. Fehling reagent, it means it may be aromatic aldehyde. It may be aromatic aldehyde or ketone. aromatic aldehyde also or ketone, because aromatic aldehyde gives test with tolerance reagent but does not give test with failing solution. On drastic condition, it gives acid. On drastic condition, the aldehyde change into acid, and in case of ketone, the ketonic group is also changed into acid. And this acid gives effervescence of CO2 with sodium bicarbonate. And hence option B, acetone and benzoic acid, and option C, salicylaldehyde at paramethyl benzaldehyde and terephthalic acid also be there. And as two answers can be possible in question number 72. Question number 75. Correct statement. Statement about the second structure of DNA. DNA possesses single strand. It is incorrect. It is double helical. RNA possesses single strand helix and contain thymine. No, thymine nahi, uracil. DNA possesses double helix structure and the contain thymine as one of the bases. Is the correct statement. Question next. 73. A solution of copper sulfate is electrolyzed by the electrolyzed for 10 minutes with current of 1.5 ampere. The mass of copper deposited at the cathode. We know that according to first Faraday's law, W equals to equivalent weight upon Faraday constant into I into T. Equivalent weight of copper is X factor of copper is 2 in their copper sulfate. Therefore, 63 upon 2 Faraday constant is 96500. However, in case of this question, the given 96487 I ampere current in ampere 1.5 and time taken in second. In this question, the time taken 10 minutes and change into second. Then calculate. And as the amount of copper is 0.293 gram. Question number 74. The functional group that can be identified through the phenolphthalein diester. It is important reaction. Important reaction in the reaction of phenol with phthalic anhydride. Phenol with phthalic anhydride in presence of concentrated H2SO4. Then it gives phenolphthalein. That is phthalic anhydride and phenol. Phenol is orthopara directing. When their reaction carried out in presence of concentrated H2SO4, then elimination of water takes place. And during the formation of water, H proton from para position and oxygen of phthalic anhydride, and the product is known as phenolphthalein. And as the test of phenolic group, that is the test of phenolic group, and the reaction is known as phthalene reaction. Question number next 76. Another question taken from stoichiometry and mole concept. Question 5. The first option, the molality is small m when 2.5 gram ethanoic acid molecular mass 60, 2.5 gram molecular weight कितना दे रखा है 60, dissolved in 75 gram of benzene means solvent. Then molality, check your answer correct. Then molarity of 5 gram of NaOH, the molar mass of 40, dissolved in 450 ml, solution taken in liter. Then capital M is also in this question. B option, aquatic species are more comfortable in cold water. Correct option according to Henry law of the solubility. This statement taken from your chapter solution. When we increase temperature, then increase Henry constant and has decreased solubility of oxygen. Means the dissolved oxygen is less and are not easily available for the respiration of aquatic animals. Therefore, aquatic animals are comfortable and cold. Solubility of gas increases with decrease the pressure. It is incorrect according to Henry law. When we increase Henry or Le Chatelier principle, when we increase pressure, then increase solubility of gas in solution. In binary mixture A and B, the number of moles of A and B are Na and B, then respectively the mole fraction of B. It is incorrect because the mole fraction of B means moles of B upon total moles. Therefore, this statement is also incorrect. D incorrect, E incorrect. A, B, C, 3 are correct. ABC. Question number next. Question number 77. Mixture of chloroform and acetone form solution, so negative deviation. This question also taken from solution, and the solution which show positive deviation or negative deviation from Raoult's law means non-ideal solution. In case of acetone and chloroform, they show negative deviation because formation of hydrogen bond between the component, or we can say formation of hydrogen bond between acetone and chloroform, and hence show negative deviation. Hydrogen bonding between acetone and chloroform. First option is correct. Question number 78. In buffer solution, acidic buffer solution, very simple. In NEET examination, the numericals are very simple. In NEET examination, buffer solution contain equal concentration of X and HX, means acid and their conjugated base have equal concentration. Then find pH. We know that the buffer Anderson equation of buffer solution is pH equals to pK plus log concentration of X upon concentration of HX. Equal concentration means the pH equals to pKa. Now notice the important, the Kb, given Kb of X negative, and we know that Ka into Kb equals to 10 to the power minus 14 kW, and hence Ka of acid is 10 to the power minus 4, because Kb given 10 to the power minus 10. Therefore, the pH of solution is 4. Their minus log is 4. Answer 4. Important question, simple question, but learning question. Or you know that relation between constant of conjugated acid base pair. Relation between constant of conjugated acid base pair. Second, we know pH formula of acidic buffer solution. Question number 79. Incorrect statement. IUPAC name of the element of atomic number 107 is anil septum is correct. This option second. 4 species are given, namely magnesium, aluminium, magnesium ion, and aluminium. Very easy. Periodic, taken question from periodic table. In group number, period number 3rd. First element in sodium, then magnesium and aluminium. When we check size, in case of period from left to right, then size decrease. It means magnesium is largest and aluminium is smaller, and their ions are also smaller, and hence this option is incorrect. In this question, smallest species are aluminium, magnesium respectively. Largest species aluminium, not largest species is magnesium. In this, largest species is magnesium and smallest species is aluminium plus 3. This is the incorrect option. Similarly, lithium and relationship, diagonal relationship, and the oxidation state of and covalent. Option 4 is also correct, because oxidation state of aluminium in this species is plus 3 charge positive, and covalency of aluminium is 6, because 6 covalent bond are formed. In question number 81, IUPAC name. First of all, we select straight chain. We select longest chain in which maximum number of carbon atom as well as maximum substitution, and then give number. Ethyl groups comes from left side and methyl groups from right hand side. Identical position, we gives minimum position to ethyl according to, because their IUPAC, because they comes in alphabetical order, and as the name of compound is 3-ethyl 5-methyl, 3-ethyl 5-methyl heptane. Next, this question taken from coordination compound, very important question or very easy. Some geometry, the platinum Cl2 plus 2 5D element is square planar, octahedral. Coordination number 6 of cobalt is octahedral, very easy. Nickel cyanide tetrahedral, and iron is square, is trigonal bipyramidal. FeCO5, the coordination number of iron is 5, means trigonal bipyramidal. Coordination number 4 nickel is 4 square planar. Coordination number 4 is nickel is 4 tetrahedral, but platinum make square planar complex in plus 2 oxidation state with any kind of ligand. Next statement, question number next 83. This question taken from chemical kinetics and a graph plot between the concentration and time. This graph extrapolate, then we find exact time for the completion of reaction. Means the reaction is 100% takes place at a definite time, and this characteristic graph for zero order reaction. This graph given your NCERT book. Most of the questions given your NCERT book. And other reactions like as first order, second order, and third order take infinite time for their completion. Therefore, this is the zero order reaction. Correct order of the increasing metallic character. We know that when we move across the period, the metallic character decrease from left to right. And hence, in third period element, phosphorus, silicon. Silicon more metallic than phosphorus, beryllium more metallic than silicon because it is metal. Second, magnesium more metallic, and sodium have highest metallic character. First option is correct. Question number 80. Question next. Question 84. Which of the following is an ambidentate ligand? The ambidentate ligand, we know that ambidentate ligand are those which contain more than one type of donor atom, but during the formation of bond with metal atom, all donor site are not simultaneously attached with metal atom, and hence such type ligand are known as ambidentate. For example, cyanide, isocyanide. In case of thiocyanate, SCN. In case of thiocyanate, this ligand show ambidentate behavior. When negative charge present at the sulfur, then sulfur is a donor site. When nitrogen carry negative charge, nitrogen, then donor atom is nitrogen. Therefore it is ambidentate ligand. Ambidentate ligand also. Question number 85. Very good question. Such type questions are also asked in JEE. Nearly 2 or 3 questions. I think nearly 2 or 3 questions. Like as question number 85. And another question of electrochemistry, at which we find EMF of hydrogen electrodes. Such type questions are also added in JEE question, in JEE examination. In this question, consider the reaction and identify correct statement about delta G. We know that delta G related to delta H. Delta H plus T delta minus T delta S. But in this question, delta H is not given, but given delta change in internal energy, and the relationship is delta H equals to delta U plus delta NGRT. First we find delta H and then find delta G. Delta H, delta U is given minus 10 kilojoule plus delta Ng 3 moles of product gaseous and 2 moles of product gaseous and 3 moles of reactant. It means delta Ng is minus 1 or 8.314 divided by 1000 because delta U given in kilojoule and temperature 298, and as this value with positive sign nearly 12 point something, and then putting the value of delta S minus sign and T 298 Kelvin and delta S given with negative sign minus 44, and as negative also plus. Therefore delta G is positive, and when calculate actual value, the delta G is this, and we know that when delta G of the chemical reaction is positive, then reaction become non-spontaneous. Question number next. Question number 88. Direct question taken from your NCERT book, namely chemical kinetics. Arrhenius equation. In this equation, Arrhenius equation, ln K equals to ln A minus EA upon RT. Compare this equation with this and find activation energy. It means 1.24 into 10 की power 4 upon T equals to EA upon RT. T and then EA 1.24 into 10 की power 4 into R 1.9, given value of R 1.987, and this value is in calorie, and to make kilocalorie divide by 1000, and hence answer 4. Question number 89. Very simple and taken from organic chemistry in chapter first, alkyl halide, and in your chapter last, namely amide. nitrogen compound. In this compound, X react with Z. Z foil smelling compound is Z. It means it has offensive or bad odor. When alkyl halide react with cyanide, particularly silver cyanide, then product is alkyl isocyanide and they have offensive smell. In case of ethyl amide react with Br2KOH, then they decrease carbon and degradation reaction, and this reaction is also important given your NCERT book is known as Hoffman degradation. Therefore, the product is primary amine and this reaction is known as carbyl amine test, and hence the product is also isocyanide. They have offensive smell and their test is also taken for primary amine. And hence in 89, compound X is AgCN and Z is ethyl cyanide. Means answer 4. Question number 90. Question number 90. Question 86 taken from chemical bonding like a ClF3, the formal charge at the atom oxygen. In oxygen first the formal charge, this is the ozone. Very important or first compound given in your chemical bonding. This is the ozone. To find formal charge, this oxygen, number of electron in the valence shell in free state 6 minus number of bond 2 plus number of unshared electron. Therefore, oxygen first the formal charge is 0. In case of second, number of second outermost number of electron in free state of oxygen is 6, number of bond 3, and the remaining electrons, unshared electrons are 2. Therefore, formal charge is +1. In case of last oxygen 3, the outermost electron in free state is 6, number of bond is 1, and remaining electron 6. Therefore, formal charge is -1. This question is also important, taken from chemical bonding. Question number 87, very important, taken from chemical equilibrium. Identify reaction in which Kp not equals to Kc, means delta Ng not equals to 0. First, delta Ng 0 and Kp delta Ng 0, but in case of third reaction, delta Ng not 0, and hence Kp not equals to Kc. Question number 90. Question number 90. Match the compound, कुछ complexes, coordination compound, and they show isomerism. Compound first is square planar and hence it shows geometrical isomerism. Compound first is octahedral by bidentate ligand, all three ligands bidentate, and hence so optical isomerism. Cobalt, their mirror images are non superimposable. For example, this octahedral species, one bond above the plane and another one is below the plane. Therefore, no plane of symmetry, no center of symmetry are there, and hence it is optically active. This compound, option C, compound contain ambidentate ligand, and ambidentate ligand, so linkage isomerism. Ambidentate ligand, NO2 is ambidentate ligand. It make bond with metal by nitrogen as well as with oxygen. It is an ambidentate ligand, and so linkage isomerism. Compound 6, it is so hydrate or solvate isomerism. Bilkul simple, very simple. And this is the question of your NEET examination. The answer of questions are also given.